Hey guys, this is JJ. Welcome back to my channel. So what you can see in front of you today is a 1:18 scaled Mercedes Benz 500K Roadster. So this model is made by Maisto. I'm sure you guys are fully aware both Maisto and Birago are under Meichong Group. I actually have this model for a little while now, possibly a year and a half to 2 years. So for the past 2 years, I haven't done anything to it. I just kept it kind of in stock form. But of late, I just had an idea of customized painting or custom painting the engine bay as well as the under chassis, just to give it a little bit more color so that it stands out on the display cabinet. You guys have probably noticed from the reflection of the mirror, the underside, that you could see there's some red and black coloring from the engine bay. So that is exactly what I've done to the model. So I will walk you through exactly what I've done in terms of the custom painting, and I will also give you a quick review of this 500K Roadster. So without further ado, I will just show you the box that came with this model. It is a pretty nice box. It's come with a nice stand as well. I'll show you that in just a minute. I'll now give you guys the chance to just go and grab yourself a quick drink. I'll see you back here in a few seconds. Okay, so this is the box that comes with the model car. There's not a lot of stuff on it, so I'll just go through it really quickly. So on the top side, you will see there's a Maisto logo. It's at Premier Edition and it's 1:18 scale. And then look through the window. You will see there is a black display stand. You can mount the model car on it and then leave it on your displayed cabinet. But I don't like the display stand because it looks kind of cheap and it's a bit basic. But anyway, you will see a plaque which said Maisto Mercedes Benz 500K Typ Special Roadster 1936, and then at the front, Maisto Premier Edition 1:18 scale die-cast model. And on the right hand side, on the top left corner, you have got this really nice shiny Mercedes licensed product sticker. It looks really cool, very colorful from the reflection. And then Premier Edition Maisto, and it's the same on the other side, just without the Mercedes sticker. And then at the back, it's just basically telling you Maisto, they offer the model in 1:18 scaled, 1:24, as well as 1:24 in kit form. And then there's some brief description or introduction about this model. So the model is a die-cast model. It has opening doors and parts, adjustable front wheels, workable steering, independent spring suspension for wheels, and it also features vary on different models. So certain model cars that you get from Maisto, you may not be able to open the bonnet, or may not be able to open the trunk, or some of the models might not have the suspension system. So basically that's what it's trying to tell you. And then on the underside, what does it say? So basically it's just to tell you the black display. You can unmount the back side and the two end. You can pull out the backing, which is just a cardboard paper, bin it, and then you kind of reassemble the whole lot, and then you can use it as a display case, and you could you always stack them to save space as well. And then, as I mentioned earlier, Maisto is a trademark of Maichon Group, so it's similar to Birago, so they're both under Maichon. So this is a GM official licensed product. You can read the information there. And what else? There's a barcode, and that's about it. So let's go back to the model car and I'll walk you through all the details. Okay, so now we are back to the model car. As you can see, the model car looks pretty clean. It's just a white paint over the die-cast body. It's probably more accurate if I say this is more like an ivory color rather than white, because you can see it's not white, if that makes sense. So if I just show you like apple plug, you can see that the model car has a slightly yellow tinge on it. But you guys would know exactly what I mean when you picked up the model car from the shop, or if you own one, take a look, then you'll know it's not white. But anyway, so as you can see, it's a pretty good looking car, dated 1936, so it's fairly old, but you know, I would still say the design is pretty amazing. It is definitely a very beautiful car. Even if you see one on the road, it is a true classic car. It is made by Mercedes, obviously. How Maisto replicate the real car onto a 1:18 scale model, I think they have done a pretty decent job. I'm sure you guys would agree. But having said that, I have to say, I really wish Maisto or Maichon Group would have spent a little bit more time in kind of painting the model car a little bit better. But nevertheless, you know, it's something that you could do yourself quite easily, and I'll show you exactly, you know, how and what I have done to the engine bay. So let me just stop this spinning top, and then I can just walk you through all of the details. Right, so let me remove the spinning top. So let's take a look from the front. It has got quite a lot of extra bits hanging. So right at the front you get this chrome plastic bumper, which has been chromed. As I said, it's really shiny. It is soft, so you don't have to worry about hitting something and then the whole bumper would snap into two pieces. So it has a 500K number plate, which match with the model. So this is a 500K Roadster. And then at the front, you can see there is a massive chrome grille. The mesh is kind of like 3D effect, so it's not real mesh, so it's not perforated. You can't see the engine. The headlight details are pretty cool. You can see the chrome casing, and then they put a clear plastic on top to replicate the glass front, and you can see the marking on the clear glass or plastic surface as well. And there's a center light, and then there's two front horn. One of them is slightly tilted downwards. It's not just this model car. I'm sure Maisto made it like this on purpose, just to replicate the real car. And then you probably have noticed there is a Mercedes sign a 3D one that is on top of the chrome grille. This is quite fragile. It's soft, but it's not like, you know, you touch it, it's going to break off. So it's not too bad. It's quite nicely done. And then there are two side lights, and I presume this will be the turning indicator. So correct me if I'm wrong. I'm just guessing this, you know, based on the location of the little lights. I just think they are the indicator. And then you can see there is a really long bonnet all the way from the grille to the front windscreen. There are some markings to simulate the engine vent, but that is just paint on. This is a solid piece of metal. So yeah, they just paint it to give the illusion that this is actually a mesh, but it's not perforated. And it is the same for the left hand side. The only difference is on the right hand side, you can see there's two coils coming out from the engine bay, which I will show you what's underneath the bonnet in just a second. You can see the side profile is pretty attractive. It's got a really smooth curve running from the front of the wheel all the way to the driver door, and then it go back up and then it go around the rear wheel, leading to the rear bumper. There is a spare wheeled case on each side of the car, but they are not real replaceable wheels with tires. So you can see it's just hard casing, and the inside is just painted chrome. Then moving on along on the side, then you get the driver's side door that opened the opposite way to a normal car. So it opened frontwards like the Rolls-Royce Phantom, which is pretty cool. The hinge is quite limited, so this is pretty much the maximum you could open the door, and it's not very wide, but it's good enough to kind of demonstrate that, oh, you can actually open the driver's side door and the passenger side door. And then you can see there's like a small luggage space that you could put stuff in it, and it is the same on the other side. And then coming to the back, again you have soft chrome bumper on each side. There's brake lights painted in red and with chrome surrounding, and then you can see the chrome exhaust as well. The spare wheel on the back, this actually has real rubber, just like the tires on these movable wheels, but this you can't remove and replace it. It's just the way they made it. It's just supposed to be fixed to the back of the car, so this is for display purposes only. And you can see there's a locking cap to secure the spare wheels onto the rear end of the car. And then on this side you see there is a indentation to simulate the fuel cap, and then there's also a chrome plated piece here. So this is for your other passenger to stand on to get onto the rear seat. So as you can see on its own, there's only two seats, the driver's seat and the passenger on the side. And then if in case if you have more than one passenger, you can always open up the rear seat, so you can accommodate another two people at the back. So this is where you put your foot on in order to get onto the seat. I'm not sure if that is a very good design, but it is there for a reason. So coming back to the windscreen, you will see there is another 2 additional kind of headlamps. And then on the windscreen itself, the windscreen is pretty clear, but there is a little bit of distortion to it. You can see there are 2 very tiny windscreen wiper, one on each side. And I forgot to show you earlier, the door hinges are painted silver, but the actual door handle is chrome, so that is like a separate piece. Right, let's look at the wheels. So you can see it has got a fairly high profile tire that is very skinny at the same time. The side wall is painted in white, as you can see. So there's no tire marking apart from the white surrounding painted. And then the center cap, as you can see, it has got this chrome plated Mercedes logo with the ivory color, kind of body matching color cap. And you can see the spokes on the wheels. That's really, really shiny. And I don't know if you can see, but underneath the spokes, it looks like it has some sort of brake disc. I don't know if that is done on purpose or it's just coincidence, but it looks pretty cool from a distance. And this is exactly the same for the rear wheel. There is no valve cap as such. I can't see it anyway. But the wheel looks pretty decent. And there are a lot of chrome effect around the car. So the back chrome is really shiny, proper chrome color. The one alongside the body, that is just painted silver. The surrounding for the windscreen as well as the lighting casing is all chrome. And then you get another piece of chrome kind of line running across from the front to the door area. That's really cool. In regards to the wheels, each of the wheels have got their own suspension, as in suspension coil, so they do move up and down. The rear one is a little bit stiff, but it does truffle a little bit. Now let's take a look at the cockpit area. So the seats are done fairly nicely, so it is matte, so it kind of looks like real leather, and same as the door card. You can see the door handle. Actually, let me try and zoom in a little bit. So you can see the door handle as well as the window winding mechanism. They are chrome and it's of separate piece. And there's another chrome bit right at the bottom. And you can see the steering wheel, it has got a mixture of white, chrome, black and red coloring, which is quite cool. Further down you can see the pedals. Let's try and focus. There you go. So you've got your clutch, brake and accelerator. Further to the right you have got your gear stick, and then this one I believe is the parking brake or handbrake, and you've probably noticed I have painted the handle area black. There is a reflective material in the center of the console that simulates the rear view mirror, and then you get the gauges, the speed dial in the center console, which is fairly nice. It's not flat, it's actually 3D. So the speedometer and other meters are actually indented. Pretty cool. Okay, so now I will open up all the panels to show you the details. So the driver door, you can open it kind of halfway, same as the passenger side. The passenger rear seat can be folded up just like that. And then in terms of the engine bay, you just lift this, and this is actually two pieces, so you could fold it. So there's two hinges in there that moved. So now this is what I've done in terms of custom painting. I actually looked up on Google Image to try and find a Mercedes 500K engine, and I painted it based on a photo that I found through Google image search. So in order to do that, you just have to unscrew, I think if I remember correctly, you need to undo 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So those are the main screws that you can release the chassis to the metal body. And then you also need to undo these two, which are connecting the rear axle. And if I remember correctly, there is also another screw underneath this area. I can't show you because it's hidden, but if you take out those screws that I mentioned earlier, you will find the chassis is still somehow attached to the main body. And then if you remove the kind of the bottom plate carefully, you will see there's another screw there. I think I am right, but I'm not 100% certain because I've done this a little while ago now. So going back to the engine bay, let me just close the doors and reopen this. So I've pretty much stripped out the entire engine. I separate it from the chassis. You probably have not noticed, unless you have really looked into the engine bay or you have taken the cars apart, there's actually a cooling fan that's separate to the engine, and there's also like a cam belt that's driving the cooling fan. So I'll just zoom in to show you. Right there at the front behind the grille, that's a cooling fan, and then you can see the drive belt driving the cooling fan as well. It's quite detailed. And then in terms of the engine bay, originally it looks pretty white. So I have painted the main engine block in red, same as the one on the other side, and I painted the top cap in a silver color. The cross brace, I left it as a chrome because it looks good in the engine bay, and same as that I don't even know what you called it, but I left that in chrome. And then the leads, I painted them in a gray black color. I believe the original color, they were more like a shiny black plastic. And then I also painted the plug in yellow. And then there's more details underneath that I've painted matte black and red, and also some silver color. That is the original color, the canister with the gold top, so I haven't done anything to that. That's all original, and it looks like there's some sort of writing on it, which I can't quite see, but it's there, you can see it now. So that's all the original color. I didn't do anything. So if we close this side, and then you can come to the right hand side and you can lift this engine bonnet up. Again, this is double hinges, so it fold up, and on this side as well is painted mesh, so it's 3D but it's not pressure rated. And that's the other side of the engine that I have also painted with a mixture of red, black and silver, and where it's got chrome color, those are the original color. I haven't changed anything, and that's including the spring coil. I've left it, I didn't paint over, and same as those two area in chrome. This all original. It definitely looks a lot better than the original just black and white engine. Just make it look a bit more realistic. And then when you have the engine bay closed, you can't really see any difference compared to this standard car. But I displayed my model car with the engine bay open, just like that. So at least, you know, I could see the custom paint job that I've done to the model. I hope you guys would appreciate the custom paint, and hope you guys would like it as well. Now, if we flipped the car upside down, obviously you can see through to the engine block. And I have also painted this part in black, in matte black. So they're just white, just like these. I also painted the bottom of the engine block and the transmission in a matte black color, and I put the silver dots to highlight the bolts. The exhaust, these were pre-paint in black, and these are just chrome from factory. I haven't done anything to them. The drive shaft, I have painted it in a silver color, and then to the rear axle and the differential housing, I have painted that matte black again. So just to give it some definition rather than everything white underneath. So if you compare what you see now to the model that you have, you will see exactly what I have done to the model car. And apart from painting the bottom few bits and mainly the engine block, I haven't done anything else to this Mercedes 500K. So this is still pretty original. If you don't pick up the car, it looks exactly the same as, you know, when it first came out of the box. And it is a real classic car. It definitely have the classic car shape, and I really like it. This car in UK, as far as I'm aware, it has just mainly the white color that you could find in UK. But if you go to Asia, or if you go online to a different website, or mainly a Asian based website, you'll be able to find this car in black. There is a electric pink color as well, and there's also a kind of gloss red color that I've seen online, which looks quite nice. But unfortunately in UK I could only manage to find the ivory white color of this model, but it still looks pretty amazing, and I'm sure you guys will agree. So I think that is all. It's not a very expensive model, as it's made by Maisto. I think I paid about 38 to 40 British pound for it, and you know, I'm really happy with the whole model car. I just thought I would do the extra work to custom paint the engine bay to give it a little bit of color, so when I have the engine bay opened, it will draw attention to look at the actual engine, because it's fairly detailed, to be fair. And you know, why not show it off a little bit more? And you know, on my display cabinet I always put a mirror underneath the model car, so you know, you will be able to see the underside of the model car. And for this particular model, you'll be able to see through the engine bay from the reflection as well, which is really cool. And I think that is all, guys. There's not a lot to show on the model. Let me just demonstrate the suspension. There's a lot more travel for the front, and there's only a very little travel for the rear. Probably could use with some WD-40 as well. Actually, there is one more thing that I want to show you guys, which I have forgotten to mention. Are the markings on the underside. So as you can see, it said Mercedes Benz 500K Typ Special Roadster 1936. The scale is 1:18, and then down there you can see is Maisto logo. It's made in China, and then the website for Maisto, and then there is I presume it's the product number specifically for the 500K, and then a label there showing Meichong Group front SAS, and it's the address, and that's about it. There's not a lot on the underside, but there's enough details to explore, which is really cool. I really like the opened window that you could see through to the engine, so it's pretty nice. Right, that is it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video of the Mercedes Benz 500K. I will look forward to seeing you again in my next video. If you guys have got any particular or specific cars model that you would like me to review, I'll try and see if I've got that car in my collection. And don't forget to give me a like and subscribe to my channel. Your help, your like and support to the channel will really help the channel to grow. Then I'll be able to, record more video and review for the model cars for you guys. Right now I'm just going through my own collections that I have in my display cabinet. Obviously, I don't have that many subscribers at the moment, so I'm definitely not making any money from the YouTube channel. So it's more of a hobby things that I record the video of the video card to show you guys, the models that I have in my collections. So I really hope you guys will enjoy my collection of model cars as well. And if you could subscribe to my channel and like the video, that would be greatly appreciated. So that is it, guys. I will look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.